It's your favorite YouTube dealer. I appreciate you guys for stopping in. So we have the last song off of the Encore album that I have never heard. We've never done a reaction to, and I felt like we should do it right here on the channel. And then maybe we'll go back and I'll listen to all of it and kind of give a score to the album, because I was never too big on it back in the day. I don't even remember why. I know there was a few songs I thought were decent, but it's just, I think in my mind, coming off the first 3 albums, which were some of my favorite albums in rap, period, I just didn't like the change. Like, it just seemed like it wasn't the same. And I don't know that I knew at the time if what the difference was, why, none of that. I was so encompassed in listening to a wide range of rap that I was like, it's not really for me. Boom, throw in a mixtape. There was all sorts of mixtapes and shit back then that we were burning. So I just kind of rocked with that and never really looked back. And so that's why there was a bunch on this project that I've never heard, even though I was listening to music heavily at that time. So last one, my first single. Let's dive in. Let's see what this man's cooking with. Oh, it's a funky one.
So much for first single on this one. Shady's the label, Aftermath is a stable. With the horses come out of Eric. Of course, what about the stirrups? Some shit thick as mixed water with syrup. Is the Mr. Pick and Christopher Reese just for no reason other than just to tease him? Cause he was his biggest fan. He used to be Superman. Now we're pouring liquor on the curb and his name pouring.
The only thing I don't like about it is the way the beat is and the level of it, or just the different sounds that are happening. It makes it actually kind of hard to hear his verse fully. That's probably the only complaint that I would have about it. And I like how we said, Aftermath and Shady is like the stable. It's interesting how deep these labels go when you think about it, right? Because I don't know, is Shady Records under Aftermath? I believe so. Either that or they're kind of all conjoined in together now because he became as big as he did. I don't know exactly. But let's just say Shady was underneath. Then you had Aftermath. Then they answered to Interscope. And then Interscope is a part of Universal Music Group. Like, it's just like, it just keeps going to the next, to the next, to the next, to the next, which is, it's kind of crazy when you think about it. The whole music industry and a lot of industries in general are kind of wild.
With the horses come out of Eric. Of course, what about the stirrups? Some shit thick as mixed water with syrup. Is the Mr. Pick and Christopher Reese just for no reason other than just to tease him? Cause he was his biggest fan. He used to be Superman. Now we're pouring liquor on the curb and his name pouring. And then you wait till we meet up again. Popper, I'm kicking your ass for everything you've ever said. It goes, what for the money to for the fucking show? Ready, get set, let's go. Here comes the bucking Bronco, stomping and stampeding up the damn street like them buffalo soldiers. I told you I'm about to blow, so look out below. Geronimo, motherfuckers is dominoes. I'm on the roll, around and around I go. When will I stop? I don't know. Trying to pick up where the Eminem show left off, but I know anything's possible. Though I'm not gonna top what I sold, I'm at the top of my game. That shit is not gonna change. Long as I got Dr. Dre on my team, I'll get away with murder. I'm like OJ, he's like my Cockman today. We keep the mark from in tapes in the safe, lock them away. Better watch what you say.
I like, okay, so his writing on this is pretty dope. Like, at first I wasn't really vibing with it all that much, and I'm really not a fan of the beat, so it kind of takes away quite a bit for me. I'm not even gonna lie to you, but this last section here is dope, where he says, Dr. Dre on my side can get away with murder. And what else was he said? Something else that I actually wanted to talk about.
Possible, though I'm not gonna top what I sold, I'm at the top.
The Eminem show and how, I'm trying to beat it, but I'm not gonna top what I've sold. I'm on top of my game, so on and so forth. I don't know the timeline difference between the Eminem show and Encore, to be honest with you, but it had to have been kind of stressful at a point, right? I mean, you think, it's just sunshine and rainbows. This man's making crazy money. He's super famous, obviously, but a lot of bad comes with that as well, including expectations that every album is going to top the last one and top the last one, whether it's sales, the songs being dope, like whatever it is, like that pressure has to kind of suck. I'm not even gonna hold you, but this song, probably not my favorite Eminem song overall so far. I do like the way that he's going now, and I think that his rhymes are always well put together. His writing is always pretty on point. It's just sometimes the beat and the flow choice and the delivery, it's not always for me, but I do like this section, I will say right here.
My game, that shit is not gonna change. Long as I got Dr. Dre on my team, I'll get away with murder. I'm like OJ, he's like my Cockman today. We keep the mark from in tapes in the safe, lock them away. Better watch what you say, just when you thought you were safe. Them fuckers got you on tape, you swear to God you was playing. Whether or not you was little Joshua, gotcha. Wish I could've told you to not do the same, cause one day it could cost you your name. This was supposed to to be my first single, but I just fucked that up, so fuck it, let's all have fun, let's mingle, slap a bitch and smack a hoe.
Okay.
This was supposed to be my catchy little jingle that you hear on your radio, but shit's about to hit the shingle. Ow, 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 now.
Yo, only Eminem would do this, and I feel like only Eminem could get away with this, to be honest with you. Like, the fact that he has a hook, I mean, it's not even what he's saying in the hook, it's the fact that he's adding in burping sounds and shitting sounds. Like, my man is on the toilet just dropping a bomb, and they recorded it, or they just pulled the sounds off of, you know, who knows, right? It's interesting to think about that. Is this just them in the studio burping and da-da-da, or did somebody actually take a recorder into the bathroom and record themselves taking a shit, and then they use it in the you know what I'm saying? Or is it just actual sound bites that were online? It makes you wonder. It makes you wonder. But only Eminem could put shit like that in a song, in a hook, and it just be like, yo, it is what it is. Because, I mean, his style of rap, like, you know that he would clown around at times and shit, so it kind of fits his persona. Whereas, like, imagine if Jay-Z did a song, and in the hook, they had people burping and, like, shitting and farting sounds and stuff. People would be like, what the fuck is this? What is happening right now? But M is different. Like, this man can slide through with that.
Eric swallows some generic sleeping pills and woke up in bed next to his best friend Eric bare naked. Jimmy just turned 16 and used a fake ID to sneak in VIP to see R. Kelly.
Yo, my man was taking shots at R. Kelly back then. That's wild. I mean, it's not surprising because at that point, everybody knew. I feel like at that point, everybody knew because he had already been through that trial with the whole, you know, video of him peeing on a 16-year-old girl or some shit, and madness and all that stuff was kind of known, especially in the industry. I'm sure a lot of people knew about this shit. It's just wild because I didn't really consider the fact that there was shots taken back then, being I've never heard this song. And I probably didn't think much of it back then as I do now looking back.
Sleeping pills and woke up in bed next to his best friend Eric bare naked. Jimmy just turned 16 and used a fake ID to sneak in VIP to see R. Kelly. To be so young and naive, for what I wouldn't give to live so Kim and carefree. Paris and Mickey's parents must be so tickled they cherish every picture with their kids with hickeys all over their necks. Hickory dickory jerk, take a look at me work wizardry with these words. Am I a jerk or just jerk chicken or jerk in the chain? 22 jerks in a jerk circle, or is it a circle jerk? Oh, wait a minute, what am I saying? Allow me to run it back and rewind it. Let me ask you again. Am I just jerking the chain? Am I berserk or insane? Or am I just one of them damn amateurs working the dang cameras, filming one of them Paris Hilton homemade pornos who keeps tilting the lens at an angle? Just recently somebody just discovered Britney and Justin videotapes of them fucking when they was just mouthy tears in the Mickey Mouse Club and dusted them and went straight to the source with them because they could have sworn someone said no. And then
Yo, this is wild. So was this around, because he said something about Paris Hilton and sex tape, I think. Was this around the time that video of her actually came out? It's wild to think it was so long ago. That's crazy. I remember, like, I don't think I saw it. Not that I could recall. I don't think I've ever seen it, but I remember it being talked about and shit like that. And then there was also, like, the Pam and Tommy tape, and there was all sorts of wild shit back then. If social media was like it is today back then, I could only imagine some of this shit would have went crazy.
try to erase and record over it, but if you listen close enough to it, you can hear it go and then it come to find out it was just insane. I'm gonna come and it's what's supposed to be my first single, but I just fucked that up, so fuck it, let's all have fun.
Yo, bodily function sounds are not my jam. I do not like it at all. I do not like anybody that stops at my live streams or has live streamed with me knows that it's just not my thing. Like, I would tell my homie Depraved. I remember I tell Gatsby during podcasts, I'm like, bro, maybe not burp and shit like that in my ear. Like, I don't want to hear that shit. I don't want to hear that shit. But there's some people that don't mind, and they go out and they burp and fart in front of everybody. And it is what it is. I'm just not that guy. I don't know what it is. It's just something about it. I'm just like, it's not. No, it doesn't need to be done. Let's chill. Let's pull back the brakes a little bit.
Let's mingle, slap a bitch and smack a hoe. This was supposed to be my catchy little jingle that you hear on your radio. Shit's about to hit the shingle. Ow, 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 now. Ow, ah, ow, ow, ah, ow, ow, ah, ow, ow, ah, ah, ow, ah, ow, ah, ow, ah, ow, ow, it's something you just wanna get off your chest and address it about my lyrics, I'd love to hear it. All you gotta do is pick up the phone and just dial up this number. It's 1-800, I'm a dick sucker. I love the sucker dick, and if someone picks up, you can talk all the shit you want about me. Just type in your number back and follow it by the pound key, and I'll be sure to get back as soon as there comes a day that I follow with Dre. Wake up gay, make it with Ray. Hey. So fuck a chicken, lick a chicken, suck a chicken, beat a chicken, eat a chicken like it's a ricotta. Oh, suck a dick and lick a dick and eat a dick and stick a dick in your mouth. I'm done, you can fuck off, fuck off. This was supposed to be my first single,
Madness.
but I just fucked that off, so fuck it, let's all have fun, let's mingle. Slap a bitch and smack a hoe. This was supposed to be my catchy little jingle that you hear on your radio, but shit's about to hit the shingle. Oh, 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 no.
I could do without the sounds. I could do without the sounds. That was unnecessary. That was unnecessary. He had some moments in this song where I enjoyed the writing and what he was saying and how he put it together from a technical standpoint. But from an audibly pleasing standpoint, I think is the best way I can think of putting it, I did not like this song at all. I did not like it at all from that standpoint. The beat was just, I'm sorry, this beat was trash to me. This was absolute trash. Now, I don't know if he produced it. Maybe this was early on in his beat making endeavors and this is what he came out with, or he's just like, yo, this shit is weird. I'm going to use it. That shit, no. No, I'm sorry. That one's not it. But again, as a rapper, I'm not going to sit here and deny the fact that there are a few moments where his actual technical rapping, the writing, the way he put it together, the rhyme scheme, the way he delivered, like all that shit was on point and was dope. It's just the beat around it just dragged that shit down, if I'm being honest. So let me know what you guys thought down below. We have wrapped up Encore now in full. Maybe at one of these days I will kind of make a video giving it a rating or going through all of his albums and rating them where I place them as we get through the rest of them. I think there's a couple more songs maybe from like Relapse or Revival maybe that I haven't heard. But at that point I've got to sit down one day, listen through everything, and maybe I'll do like a tier list of my own personal favorite Eminem albums and shit like that. So let me know if that's something you guys might be interested in. Take it easy, stay safe. I will catch you in the next one, homie.